Hi, you're watching Velo News TV. I'm Neil Rogers here at the Garmin Chipotle Team Camp with Jonathan Vaughters in the background and the foreground, and Stephen Cozza.
Trying to sabotage my interview, Jamie.
Mountain man Stephen Cozza just in from the climbing gym. Lots to talk about, including paintball. But let's start off just a little bit about the feel of this camp for you. I mean, you've been with the team for years. You were at the camp last year. Compare and contrast from 12 months ago.
Well, last year at the camp, I had a broken collarbone, so
that's right. You had an Argyle sling.
Yeah, I wasn't really able to do much. I pretty much just laid in bed and took painkillers. But so there's a pretty big contrast to this year.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like, it's just a good camp, good team bonding, lots of dancing, and I just went bouldering up on the mountain. Did some bouldering outside.
Did you just go by yourself?
I have a friend that lives in Boulder.
Okay.
So he showed me some cool routes, and I'm not very good at it, but it's different than cycling, so it's a good change of pace.
I guess the collarbone is in pretty good shape then if you're climbing around on the rocks.
Definitely, yeah. For
so
sure.
Yeah, you got the camp off to a start with the paintball. I saw some paint on your sweatshirt that you just took off there. Let's talk a little bit about being the captain of the paintball team and the decision to go commando.
That was pretty cool. I've played paintball once before, but this time it was with our whole team, and half our team showed up with they went to a military surplus store a few hours before, and they showed up with all this military clothing. We're just like, screw that, I'm taking my shirt off. I don't need any of that crap. I'll play without a shirt. So I did, and I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
I won't do it again.
Have you been sleeping on your side or?
No, it's just I have 39 shot wounds,
Yeah.
but not all of them are so bad. It's just like road rash, really. So
I was actually discussing this with Jonathan Vaughters and my theory that Stephen Cozza has a love-hate-love relationship with pain. Because you've got some tattoos, so you've spent some time with the needle. Yeah. You're a time trialist, and right there that says that you've got that sort of mental ability to take it right up to the threshold. You're taking your shirt off and getting painted or pelted with paint pellets. Talk about your relationship with pain.
I mean, I think pain can be a good thing. There's certain kinds of pains you definitely don't want, such as cancer. But if you feel pain, it means you're alive. And I definitely like challenges, And I thought it would be more of a challenge to play with my shirt off, and it definitely was. I mean, the first game I was cautious, and we did a good job. We actually won. I never got shot once, and then the second game, I just went crazy. I just did suicide attacks, was running around, no cover, just getting. It was good. It made it more fun for my teammates too, because they had someone to shoot at the whole time. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, pain is definitely a part of cycling, and it's definitely a different kind of pain than getting shot with a paintball. But pain is pain, and I definitely like to train my pain threshold. That was just another way to do it. So sometimes I do 13-hour hikes, 50-mile hikes. Other times I get shot with paintballs.
Well, let's talk a little bit about 08 and looking forward to 09. You had a really strong second half of the season, including finishing top 25 at the World Championships in your first ever Elite World Championships.
Yeah, it was a good end of the year for me, for sure. The whole team rode really well all year, and I had a rough start in the beginning with a crash and 3 days at a pond breaking my collarbone, but besides that, I just continued building my confidence up, and I started racing races differently, starting at the World Championships, where instead of going on the attack from the gun or being crazy like that and going to moves, I decided to play more conservatively and see how I would play out in the end when the race really happens. And I learned that I can do that. And a race that's over 220K, it's good for me. The longer, the better, for the most part. So it was a good thing for me to realize this year. And I think that knowledge going into next year will play a big part in my success for next year, along with my teammates' success.
Yeah, that's interesting too. It's a good thing you're racing over in Europe, because you don't find many races of that length in the U.S.
Exactly.
And you pretty much need to be over at the hardest, longest races.
I definitely do better in Europe, yeah. For sure.
Talk about 2009. I mean, I know you guys have all gotten your schedules. You've talked to directors, at least for the first half. And what races can we expect to see you at next year?
I'm going to be doing Tour California to start off with, and then I fly right over and do Paris-Nice. After that, probably Milan-San Remo, Criterium International, Flanders, Paris-Roubaix, and then maybe the Giro, maybe the Tour. We're going to see how I'm doing after Paris-Roubaix. So I'll have a good break, though, after Paris-Roubaix, no matter what. and then hopefully the Giro or the Tour. And if not that, I get to do at least the Vuelta. So one of the Grand Tours.
Grand Tour next
Definitely.
year.
I'm looking forward to that for sure. It's about time. So I'm 23 now, and that's about when you want to do your first Grand Tour. So
that's an interesting thing, is I think some people may forget. I mean, people have heard the name Stephen Cozza now for 3 or 4 years, and so it's kind of a familiar name, and maybe they forget. If you're like sort of like Tyler Ferrari, people may forget that you're only 23 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, some people start their cycling career at your age. You're already sort of almost a veteran.
Yeah, I mean, I've been racing for quite a while now, especially in Europe with the with actually starting off with Team Swift, the junior team I was on when I was 16. My junior Swift team coach Laura brought us over to Italy. That was my first take in Italy, and then through the national team program, junior under 23, and then TIA Crest, now Slipstream Garmin. So. And
you talked about a broken collarbone here last year, another one at the start of the season. I mean, are the injuries all healed up?
Yeah, I feel really strong right now, and I mean, physically healthy, and we have great guys working for our team. We have physical therapists, chiropractors, doctors, everything we need to, psychologists even, sports psych. So everything we need to really keep in balance. It's so important, and I'm really glad to be on a team that puts a big emphasis on that, because it gives us the upper hand. You know, it's giving us everything we can possibly use to make ourselves the best we can be on a clean level. So I'm really stoked about that.
Right on. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We'll look forward to seeing you next year out on the road.
All right, great.